there. Are you one of them?
No.
There's Carol and Neil are gone up, right? And there's Molly.
On behalf of the students, to thank the Vocational Educational Committee, the NCVA, our coordinator, Katie Dowling, and also Michal and Bridge for their use of the premises here. I'd also like to say to you, thank you very much for coming out to see our performance of Philadelphia, Here I Come. Now, Philadelphia, Here I Come is a play written by Brian Fennell. It's set in a small town of Ballybeg in Donegal, and it conveys to us the difficulty of communication in a small family between father and son. And the play is set on the evening prior to Gareth, the son's departure to Philadelphia. So, ladies and gentlemen, Stark Stew presents Philadelphia, Here I Come.
Sir Pat.
If he wants to say something to me, he knows where he'll find me. But I'll be damned if I speak to him first. And you can tell him that too, if you like.
What the hell do you care about him? Screwballs, skinflint, skittery face. And tomorrow morning, when that little old plane goes up in that little old sky, you can look out in the Atlantic and spit down on a whole lot of it.
Gareth!
Let the bugger call.
Gareth! Aye, how many coils of barbed wire came in the mail van this evening? 2. Or was it 3? That's what I'm asking you, so it was you that carried them into the yard, wasn't it? No, it was 2, all right, aye. It could have been 3, though.
What the hell, class of a stupid bloody bugger are you, man? First you were chatting to Joe the post. You brought in 1 coil of barbed wire. You brought out the spuds for the parochial, you brought in a 2nd coil of... What the hell with him all Nicodemus and a stinking shot? By tomorrow, a roll of barbed wire will be mere bagatelle to you. And you see them there planes stretching as far as the eye can see. Well, them there planes belong to Gary the Kid. And he ain't into no fancy fencing. No siree. What you going to wear on the plane tomorrow, old rooster? Pretty sharp.
Pretty sharp.
Pretty smart.
Pretty smart.
You la la.
Oui, oui.
And not a bad looker, if I may say so.
Oh, you may, you may.
I'm Patrick Ballinasloe, head of the biggest chains and biggest hotels in the world. You're welcome here, Mr. Rodon.
And I'm glad to be here, sir.
I hope you'll work hard. And perhaps someday you'll be the head of the biggest chain, the biggest hotels in the world.
That's my ambition anyway, sir.
That's somebody said, young man. You are 25 years of age?
Correct.
And I see you spent 1 year at University College, Dublin. Could you tell us why you abandoned your academic career, Mr. O'Donnell?
Well, sir, just before I set my first arts exam, I done an old Irish tourist, or pilgrimage, where I spent several days in devoted prayer.
Oh, is that St. Patrick's pilgrimage on lockdown?
No, St. Harold's Cross, sir.
Ah.
And it was there that I come to realise a life of scholarship was not for me. So I returned to my father's business.
You did say your father was a businessman. What's his line?
Well, no, like you could say, he's his finger in many pies. Retail mostly, general dry goods, assorted patent drugs, ecstasy tablets, dehydrated fish, and snuff, snuff, from the exotic east of Donegal, that is. Weed killers, means king-size holes. The hell with him. It is now 16 or 17 years since I seen the Queen of France within darkness at first sight.
Let's get that little old saddlebag open and let's get packing. First of all, let's have a little old music on a little old phonograph. You bet. I reckon. Yes, sirree. The main item of tonight's concert is Violin Concerto by Felix Mendelssohn. Tonight our conductor is Gareth O'Donnell. And our soloist for the evening is the Ballybeg halfback, Gareth O'Donnell. Music critics the world over claim that his simultaneous wielding of the baton and bow is the greatest thing since old Leathergrass died. Mendelssohn's third movement. Jet plane with old cardboard rubbish like that, huh? Maybe you give it a wee lick of paint or a wash. You'll rub a hole in the damn thing, man. Maybe old screwballs will slip you a five, or you can get a fresh one in Dublin. What for? Things I can't pay.
Clarion, January 1937.
Aye, precious medieval manuscript. What was it? The day they were married. And it hasn't been opened since the honeymoon. We're an old screwballs off on a sidecart of Undordan for 3 days.
O God, the Creator and Redeemer of all the faithful, give unto the soul Marie, my brother, the remission of all our sins.
That says, and wild and young. That says, and she came from Baltifree beyond the mountains, and her eyes were wide, and her hair was tossed, and she carried her shoes under her arm, and she came to the edge of the village, man says, and then she put them on.
Eternal rest granted to her, Lord, may perpetual light shine upon her.
She was 19, and he was 40, and he wore a soft hat, and he had a grocery shop, and oh, she thought he was the grandest gentleman that ever lived. Man says, and he couldn't take his eyes off her. Man says,
eternal rest granted to her.
And then, in that first year, when she was pregnant with you, Laddiebuck, and the girls from Baltifree used to come to get changed for the dances, and her eyes would lighten up. But he must have known, man says, he must have known all along, for he must have heard her crying herself to sleep. And then there was the blessings of God that he took her 3 days after you were born, Matty Buck. Oh, to hell with him for a stupid bloody bastard. And cut out that mushy fiddler. Come on, man. Keep on talking, boy. Philadelphia. You just keep on talking to yourself. Give us something with a bit of thump. A bit of a thumpity-thump. You just keep on talking to yourself, boy. You keep on talking to yourself, boy, or you'll start thinking kind of crazy things.
Just as a hell of a crowd here tonight, now. Well, you're looking powerful great yourself now. Look.
Remember that was Katie's tune, huh? You needn't pretend you've forgotten, boy. And it reminds you the night you made all the plans together, eh?
Just a bit of an old swing.
Right. like a bait to a hang. Right, will you send our cards and letters by, huh? Will you bring our photograph to the States with you? Ah, Bucko. You loved her once, the old rooster. You wanted to marry her so much it was like a bloody sickness with you, huh? You still love her. You still lust after her, Randy boy. Well, do you? Do you? Papa! Shh.
Kate, my sweet Kate, my own catty duke.
You bitch. You rotten, snobby little bitch. Just like your mother and father. A bugger and a buggeress. A buggeroo and a buggerette.
No, it was my fault. It was all my fault.
Aye. Remember that night? Oh, you made a right bloody cow's ass of yourself that day. When was it? So 10 months ago. You'd just come back from your walk out in the mill road. You had it all arranged. Engaged at Christmas, married at Easter. 14 children, mind. 7 boys and 7 girls. That's some family planning. Aye. And you were going to manage the hardware. And she was going to take charge of the drapery. The drapery! That fish box full of cotton spools and rusty needles. Oh, you make me laugh, man. You make me bloody well die laughing. And you were going to ask Screwballs for a rise in pay. Because of your increased responsibilities. You even blabbed about the bloody egg deals that not even Madge knew about. Oh, man. How you stick yourself, I never know.
God, Kate, I'm mad about you. I never lashed at Easter. I bloody well burst.
Steady on there, man. You know what the canon says about long, passionate kisses in lonely places?
Our daughters, they'll be all frail things. Silly, like you. And our sons, they'll be thick bloody loads. Sexy goats like me. My God, I built a bloody terror over them.
What, £3.15, Gareth? We could never live in that. Gareth, listen, be sensible. How will we live?
How do we live?
Like lords. Free house, free light, free groceries, free fuel, and every night at 7 we close, except Saturdays. Stays open, you know, till damn near midnight on Saturdays, making out bloody bills. And sure, all in the world knows no bills in this place. It's as hopeless as peaning in the wind.
But Gareth, no matter what you say, we just couldn't live with that much money. It's not possible.
Maybe he'll die tonight of galloping consumption.
Gareth!
What is it?
Please, this is serious.
Please, this is serious.
You have to see about getting more money.
I'll see about getting it. Sure, I'm the told him about asking for a rise.
But will he?
Oh, I'll get it, all right, don't worry. Besides, I've a source of income that he knows nothing about. Well, no one knows anything about. No one knows nothing about now.
Investments, like Daddy.
Well, aye, sort of. You know, every Tuesday and Thursday I go around the country in the lorry.
Yes.
Well, I collect things from the farms, and I sell them privately to McLaughlin's hotel.
And
For a handsome little profit.
how much do you make?
Sure, varies, like, depending on the time of year.
Roughly.
Oh, and from 12 and 6 to a pound.
Every Tuesday and Thursday.
Or every month. God, Kate, I can't even last till Christmas. We'll have to get married somewhere next month, or next week.
Steady, man, steady.
Kate, my sweet Kathy, my darling Kate.
We'll go now, right away, and tell them.
Oh,
Mammy and Daddy, they're at home tonight. Come on, quick.
sure, Jess, look, I'm in no shape at all. But look at look at the shoes.
What matter, Gareth? It must be now.
No, what did I say to them?
That you want their permission to marry me next week.
Jesus, they'll wipe the bloody floor with me.
Gareth.
Jesus, Kathy, my legs are trembling.
You! Mummy, Daddy!
Oh, would you look at the stadium and Senator Dugan, is there any chance I
Where
can
is
marry your
everybody?
wee daughter?
You!
Mrs. Dugan, do you realise Kate and I have to get married right away? Oh God, no!
You!
Well, if the boys could see you now.
Don't look so miserable here.
Sure, maybe we should wait until next Sunday.
Gareth, it's up to you, entirely up to you.
Not you, Kate!
You have £20 a week and 5,000 in the bank, and your father is about to retire.
Hello, Gareth. You're a stranger.
Speak, you dummy, yeah?
Where's Mummy?
Inside watching TV. And how are things with you, Gareth?
Look, Mr. Dugan, I want to...
Go on!
I won't be staying too long, so...
Francis arrived when you were out, so I take a few days off.
He's here now.
No,
Inside with Mother. Ask them to join us, will you?
You talk to Daddy, Bar.
I will. I will.
You met Francis King, haven't you, Gareth?
Aye.
The king of the bloody fairies.
We don't want to raise Kate's hopes on Julie, but strictly between ourselves, there's a good chance you get the new dispensary job.
Kate's hopes?
Well, didn't she tell you? No, I can see she didn't. Of course, nothing official yet, not even what you might call an understanding. But if the post does fall into his laps, well, let's say her mother and I were living in hope. Oh, a fine boy, Francis. We were well naughty kings. As a matter of fact, his father and I were class fellows at school.
Life's mad.
And then later university, like when he did medicine and I did law, well, we knocked about quite a bit.
Bitch.
Best man.
You must have known all along, bitch. Would you look at you now, man? The father of 14 children. Get out, man. Before they come in and make a holy bloody show you, man. Get out! And you were going to bring our breakfast in bed. You even blabbed about the bloody egg deals.
Your father, Gareth.
He's talking to you, thick skull.
What's that?
Your father, how is he?
He's grand. Look, Mr. Dugan, if you'll excuse me, I'm in a little bit of a hurry.
Aren't you waiting for supper? Don't long a moment.
No, I have to make up a half hundredweight of sugar bags. Say goodbye to her.
Oh, certainly, Gareth. Katie is our only daughter. And her happiness is all as important to us. What I am trying to say now is anything she makes now will be her own. Just again, like to call her mother, in case you'll ideas yourself now.
Good night, Mr.
Oh, good
Dugan.
night, Gareth.
Where's Gar?
He didn't seem anxious to stay.
But didn't he?
No, he didn't.
Mrs. Dr. Francis King. September the 8th. Harvest sunshine. Red carpets and white lilies and Sean Horgan singing Bless This House. And I'm carted off to Sligo jail 2 days later for stealing turf. Honeymoon in Mallorca. Damn you, son. Not here in the privacy of the wee room and all that. Was it a sore old hook on the old prestige, eh? What was it? Was it a tough call on that skitter of a soul of yours, huh? You're hurting, boy. Are you hurting? Ach, there's plenty more fish in the sea, eh? They're all the same when they're turned upside down, huh? As you well know, Gar. And it seems to me, first off, you would have had to get rid of old fair play, Senator Dugan. Kate's hopes are all that matter to us, you know. You know, he carries a wee card in his inside pocket, and it's specially printed, and it reads as follows. I am a Catholic. In event of an accident, please contact the bishop nonetheless. Aye. And he travels for maternity courses in his spare time. And he's an underground spy for the Knights of the Masons. You know, he takes pornographic photographs of Mrs. Dugan and distributes them countrywide to Reverend Mothers, man. Oh, you think of an old codger like that, it'll make you thank your lucky stars for old screwballs. So you're off to America in the morning, son?
Yes, Father.
Oh, there's nothing like the old travel to broaden the mind. There's some there now that it doesn't suit, hey. Like myself, for instance.
In what way, Father?
Oh, the bells. The bells. If they step outside the village, they stall.
No.
Okay. Mind the time we headed up to Loch There back in 37? The welts on my feet, man, was nothing to the agonies I went through. I was fully bound up for a whole month after.
Anchored by the ass.
Bound by the bones.
Tethered by the tightest. Tragic. I gorgeous, you live in my block.
Sure do, handsome boy.
Man, if I walk past the incinerator to the elevator.
Not a tall slick operator.
What you say, little chick? I'll spell it out if you like.
Wow, sure do, boy.
Molten milk at the corner drugstore.
Wow.
Movie at the downtown drive-in.
Wow, wow.
2 hamburgers, 2 cokes, 2 slices of blueberry pie.
Wow, wow.
And then back in my apartment.
Mary and Jane, didn't I tell you to quit them antics?
You should knock before you come into a man's room anyway.
Man, I battered you every Saturday night till you were a big lout of 14. Your tea's cold waiting.
But how was I to know that?
And I horse calling you, do you? But you're in for a cooling when you go across. Boss?
Boss.
I forgot to tell you. Nellie had a wee baby.
Oh, go on.
A wee girl 7 for us. Oh,
Really?
they call it Madge.
Hey, how many is that, Jeff? No.
3 grandnieces and 4 grandnephews.
Aye. Tell her I get her an elephant. An elephant on my first wages for wee match.
I had a feeling I would have been a wee girl this time. Maybe I'll go over on Sunday and square the place up. She could do with some help with 7 of them.
You're an old brick match.
Aye, so. Wee Madge, maybe.
Aye. That's what you are. An old brick.
What the hell are you so sad about, eh? Just 'cause she lives for those small hand children, aye? And slips them any few halfpence she gets, eh? Madge, Madge. Madge, I think I love you more than any of them. Give me a piece of your courage, Madge. And here we have your little ray of sunshine, the one and only, the inimitable County Councillor S.B.O. And tonight, Marie Celeste is wearing a pert little headdress by Pamela at Park Avenue. It is of Viennese felt and contrasts boldly with this beach ensemble by Seymour. The pert little apron is detachable. Oh, thank you, Marie Celeste. Even in these beautiful Italian line slacks in Oslo. This complete outfit is termed indiscretion, or it can be worn in or out of bed 7 days a week at a seat screwballs. Hat off. On again. Oh Christ, you must be the most obedient father I ever had. And now we're going to have our nightly lesson in the English language. Repeat after me. Another day over.
Another day over.
What's the next line? I suppose we can't complain.
I suppose we can't complain.
And now we're going to have a little free-rolling conversation. But mind, Father. No obscenities, please. The child is only 25. But come on, man. Where's that old rapier wit that toasted the Ballybeg coffee houses?
Did you set the breakfast in the store last night? Aye.
Oh, marvellous. Isn't he right? I think there's more.
I didn't see as many about a year.
Electrifying conversation. I didn't see as many about the year. Boy, this guy's in rare song tonight. It's not every night that pearls of wisdom on rodent reproduction drop from those lips. Here you have it. Total informality between 2 intimates. There's more. Aye, that's it. We're settled now. Father, we've been eating like this together for some 20 and odd years. And not on one occasion in that 20 and odd years have you come out with an unpredictable remark. I'm heading off in the morning, for good, to Philadelphia, to work in a bloody hotel. You know where I'm going, Harry? You know where I'm going? Well, 'cause I'm 25 and you treat me like a child of 5. I can't order a dozen bloody loaves, but I have to ask your permission first. And on top of that, you pay me less than you pay Madge. But that's not it. That's not the real reason. It's because we embarrass one another. If one of us was to come out with a kindly comment at this table, the other would fall off his seat with embarrassment. Well, tonight we're going to change the rules, screwballs. Tonight you're going to come out with one unpredictable remark. Try this for size. Mind the time the rainbow fell in the garden. I love walking the white strand when the mist is falling. Try this one, screwballs. Damn you, old son. Damn you, old son, why don't you stick it out with me, for it's not a bad wee bugger of a place. Go on. Say it. Say it.
True enough. I didn't see as many about you.
Madge!
No need to roar like that.
For the bread's gone, don't we want more bread? Madge!
Don't you?
I want more bread, please.
God, it's a pity I lost that power.
All right,
Aye, keep it. Trashing this place with death in the body. Won't the place be quiet soon enough? Long enough?
Tick, tock, tick, tock, tick, tock, tick, tock. Go on, what's your next line?
I suppose you'll be looking for your pay.
I heard it. Thanks.
It's all there. You needn't count it.
I didn't say I was going to count it, did I?
Tock, tick, tock, tick, tock.
Do you want more tea?
You know I never take a second cup.
You know I never take a second cup. Aye. I've got you now, father dear. You can't teach new tricks to old dogs like us, eh? Where was I? Oh, aye, there's one wee personal matter that, I'd like to discuss with you, Father, before I go out to foreign parts. In all honesty, I'm told by the very best church authorities that you will have no lovely weather we're having for this time of year.
Nobody couldn't get a word in here edgeways with you two.
Good on, Madge. What a sense of humour. I love people with a sense of humour. When I meet new people, I grab them by the throat and I say, have you a sense of humour? And then I feel right at home with them. Where was I? Oh, hi, that wee personal matter. But it's just, I think I'm a sex maniac. Don't move, Father. Don't you stir, and above all, do not stop your eating. No. That's what they all recommend. Pour out your pent-up feelings to a sympathetic ear. Well, I think I'm a sex maniac. And I'm not the only one. All the boys are the same. How do I know? How do we know we're sex maniacs? Christ, man, we're never done going on about the hot cures we've had, and sure, we're all bloody virgins. Be quiet, between yourself and the wall.
Good night, Master Boyle. And how are you doing?
Master.
I know Sean, don't show no.
Just sit over and join us.
No, I'm not staying.
Here's a seat for you, Master. I'm going to the store to square up a bit anyhow.
No, let me hold you back.
Yeah, we're all right.
I'll be in again before you leave, Master.
Oh, I have work to do. I will do it.
You ignorant bastard. Do you know what the state of this? Arrogant and pathetic. And yet there's something about old Boiler I like.
You're off tomorrow morning.
Aye, 7:15. I'm getting to meal Manchester Bank.
Now, you're doing the right thing, of course. I gather it's a vast, restless place. Doesn't give a curse about the past. Impermanence and anonymity. Oh, it offers great attractions. There are about the place to do.
Not another road to Cannon.
But the point is, he can't sack me. The organisation's behind me. Still, it's a bitter victory to hold on to a job and the management wants me here.
Sure, everyone knows the kind of that whole Cannon master.
You know, let me go up there myself. Poor bastard. I've been offered a big post in Boston. Head of a university out here. They're giving me 3 months up to think it over. What are you going to do?
I'm only working in an old hotel.
You have a job waiting for you.
In Philadelphia.
Well, you'll do all right. You're young, strong, average intelligence.
Oh, boiler gets the dig in.
It was as bitter and as ugly as all the other to-dos. Before the whole school, before the teachers and the priests, dedicated voters of the mind. Want to have friends?
And Lizzie, try him.
Of course.
Did you know her, master?
Yeah, I knew all the Galway girls. Lizzie, Ola, Rose, Ragged.
And Myra, me mother. Did you love her?
A long, long time ago. In the past. He comes in around this time to see your fella, doesn't he?
The Cannon, he'd be much later than this, master.
I think so much about him. I have a peculiar attachment to him. Funny, isn't it? You remember the time you brought me the pot of jam and antiques? The day you brought me the cigarettes? It was you, wasn't it? Oh, I should have known about with generosity, but you give me 3 months something over this job.
I remember it very well.
Oh, here's a little something. To remind you of your old teacher. Me poems.
Which is, I'm very grateful, master.
I had them printed plainly last month. Some of them are a bit mawkish, but you don't know what's any different. No, I'm not going to give you advice here. Is that clock right? Not that you'll teach you. You're always a bit obstinate. But I would suggest now, as soon as you find your feet over there, strike out on your own. Don't be keep looking back over your shoulder. Be 100% American.
I knew that.
Oh, there's an inscription in the flag.
Oh, grand, thanks.
I'm going to ask you, would you give me attention on next week? But you'll be gone by then. I seem to have come out with me Wallish.
Slip him like quid, man.
Sure, you will.
Oh, thanks. Oh, yes. You are the guy for girls. Oh, and Mary, your mother.
You might have been my father.
And another thing. Should you come across any newspapers now or magazines that are interested in the occasional poem, perhaps you send me some addresses.
I keep an eye out, right?
You know, I don't write as much as I used to. You know, you get caught up in things anyway. But you're packing Joe, and I've been talking too much. Good luck, Gareth.
Good luck, master.
Forget Belly Day in Ireland.
As you're to say, you're said then.
Perhaps you're right, Nick.
I will indeed, aye.
Maybe the first year, maybe the second.
I will, aye.
I miss you, Gareth.
Stop it! Stop it!
Good luck, master.
God.
Thanks for the book.
Let us speak of that.
Into your room, man. Into your room.
Well, the manners about this place.
Remember now, man. You're going. At 7:15, he's just nothing but a conceited, arrogant washout.
My God, the creation, redeemer of all the things.
Oh, get a grip, man. Don't be a sentimental fool. Philadelphia.
Rose,
Here I come.
Agnes, Marie, and Lizzie.
But man, you're gonna cut a big dash in them there states. Great big sexy dames and nightclubs and
Cathy.
Coca-Cola.
Sweet
All
Cathy.
flowers bloom in the spring. Each morning at dawn and everything is bright and
I
day.
can't.
As sun-kissed miss says, don't be
I-
afraid. Come on, laddie buck.
I-
That's
I-
why I
I-
can hardly wait.
Philadelphia, here I
That's it,
come.
laddie buck. Philadelphia, here I come.
Went onward with one star away. Oh, so softly she entered, her feet made no dance, and laid her hand on me, and this she did say, it will not be long now until our wedding day.
Slap out of it, O'Donnell. Come on. Get up and keep active, man. The devil makes work for idle hands. It is now 16 or 17 years since I saw the Queen of France down the Dolphins. Tell me, listen, tell me no more. Why the hen lay an egg?
Why?
Because he couldn't lay a brick. Why the hen cross the road?
Why?
Or to get to the other side, man. Why does a sailor wear a roundy hat?
Why?
To keep his head warm, man. Not out of 3. Not very good for a man of average intelligence. That's it. Keep going, keep active. And you wouldn't call Daddy Senator your father-in-law. Let the woman in the bed more porter. Give the man designer water. Give the woman in the bed more porter for the woman in the bed. You know what I think? Looking at you there.
What?
You'd make a hell of a fine president of the United States.
Eh?
Oh, man, you would.
You need to be born an American citizen for that.
True for you. How about chairman of General Motors? Boss of the Teamsters Union? Huh? Hollywood man! Have you ever thought about Hollywood?
Not what it was.
Cripes, man, but you're hard to please. Still there must be something big in store for you, man. The Senate! The U.S. Senate! Senator Gareth O'Donnell, chairman of the Foreign Aid Committee. Senator, would you like to disclose the findings of your committee?
Oh, nothing to say.
Is it fair to say that suspicion has fallen on Senator Dugan?
Oh, no further comment.
That he's the grandfather of 14 illegitimate brats?
Nothing further to add.
Aye. And that he sold his daughter to the king of the fairies for a crock of gold? And that a Chinese spy known to the FBI as Screwballs?
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 Describe him.
Tall, blonde, athletic looking,
Military moustache.
very handsome, uses a diamond-studded cigarette holder.
Usually accompanied by a dark, seductive lady in a low-cut evening gown.
Aye. Wears a monocle. Fluent command of the languages.
Aye, but seldom speaks a man a few words.
You got me man to a T. But what do we do with him?
I sell him to a harem.
Heides Cascara Sagrada. Shh. What's the boys? Coming to say goodbye. Oh, Madge. Oh, fluke feet, Madge.
Madge.
You know what you're doing, man? Snap out of it there. You're gathering memories and impressions that are just going to make you bloody miserable. And in a way, that's what you want, lad, isn't it?
And bugger.
Bugger's right. Bugger's absolutely correct. Get up, be methodical. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch that baby by the toe. With all passengers with immigrant visas, please come this way. Passport?
Passport.
Visa.
Visa.
Vaccination cert.
Vaccination cert.
Currency.
$80.
Sponsorship papers.
Oh. Signed by Mr. Colin Sweeney.
Aye. Uncle Con and Aunt Lizzie, who made the whole thing possible. Let's have a wee read of our letter there, strictly for belly laughs.
Dear nephew Gareth, just a few lines to let you know Uncle Con and me have finalised all the plans.
Uncle Con and
Aye. And we'll meet you at the airport, welcome you and bring you to our apartment, which you will see is located in a pretty nice locality. You will have the spare bedroom with TV, air conditioning, window meshes, a bathroom and a shower.
Adjacent to Roman Catholic Church. No children. Other help kept.
You will begin in the Empire Hotel on Monday the 23rd, which is only about 20 minutes away.
Monsieur, madame.
Con says it's a fine place to work in.
Monsieur, madame.
And the owner is Patrick Ballinasloe, who is half Irish,
Patrick.
half Greek.
Ballinasloe.
His grandfather comes from the County Mayo.
Oh, the Greek from Belmont.
We know you will like it here and work very hard. We remember our short trip to Ireland last September with happy thoughts and look forward to seeing you again. Sorry I missed your father that day.
Monsieur, madame.
We had been Burton in for dinner last evening. He sends his regards.
Aye, all right, sir. Ben.
P.S. about paying back the passage money, which you mentioned in your last letter. Please desist. No one's crying about it. All love, Elise.
Elise. My God, Lizzie Gallagher, but you came on in the world.
September the 8th.
Aye. Lizzie was in a rare old chatting form that night, huh?
You're invited to attend the wedding of Kathleen Dugan of Gurkmore House.
Shut up, O'Donnell, and cut out this moody, bloody dribbling. They arrived in the afternoon, remember? And you were on your best behaviour. And poor old Madge was as huffy as hell with the carry-on on him. Aye. And you couldn't take your eyes off Aunt Lizzie. Your mother's sister. So this was your mother's sister. Remember?
Anyhow, there we were, all sitting like stuffed ducks in the front seat. Una, Agnes, Rose, and Mother and me. And Mother dickied up in a good black shawl and everything. And up there at the old hills. There was Moira all by herself. And her shoulders were sort of working, you know. And you couldn't tell whether she was crying or giggling. And she was a hell of a one for giggling. Maybe she was crying that morning. I don't know.
Get on with the story, honey.
Would you please desist from busting in on me? But listen to this. This kills me. Mother's here, see? And Agnes is here, and I'm here. And Agnes leans across to Mother to me, and she says in this terrible loud voice, this really does kill me. And she says in this whisper of hers, and you know the sides fall to free chapel. Couldn't sell me a cat in that place. The chapel's still standing, isn't it? It hasn't fallen down or nothing.
Unless it fell down in the last couple of hours. We drove up there this morning, remember?
Yeah. Fine place. Made me feel kinda, you know. What the hell was I talking about?
Agnes leaned over to you and said,
Thanks, Ben. A great friend with a great memory. I tell you, Gar, Ben Burton's 100%. The first best friend we made when we went out way back in 37.
38.
October 23rd, 1937, we sailed for the United States of America. Nothing in our pockets and no job to go to. But what does Ben do?
A guy in a million.
He gives us this apartment. And he gives us dough, and he gives us 3 meals a day, until Bonzo finally gives us this job in this downtown store.
First job was with the construction company.
Oh, will you please desist from busting into me? His first job was with Young and Peg's hauling out them packing cases and things. And then he moved to this downtown store. And then we got this place of our own.
You're telling us a story about the morning.
What's he talking about?
The day my father and mother got married.
Wasn't that something? With the wind howling and the rain slashing about. And Mother, poor Mother, may God be good to her. She thought just because Moira got a guy with a big store, we should all get guys with big stores. Oh, Moira, we were so alike in every way, and Moira and me. Well, he was good to her. I'll say that for S.B. O'Donnell, real good to her. Where the hell is he anyhow? Why will S.B. O'Donnell, my brother, not meet me?
He told you he's away at a wedding.
What wedding?
Some local girl in some Dublin dock.
What local girl?
What local girl?
Her Senator Dugan's daughter.
Happy.
Never heard of him. Some Johnny Hopper. When did they start having senators about this place, for God's sake?
he had a senate in Dublin, just like our old senate back home.
Don't you start telling me nothing about my own country, Ben. You got your problems to look after, and just leave me to manage this place, okay?
Sorry, Elise.
Ben, only that I'm a good Irish-American Catholic. And believe me, they don't come much better than that. And only that I'm stuck with Rudolph Valentino. I'd take a chance with Ben Burton anyway. Black Lutheran and all that he is. Are there any carrions to spare? Are they all ordered?
They're all ordered, Madge.
Doing big deals out there, honey. Thank you, Gareth.
Now think about what we were discussing.
Oh, I will, Uncle Connor, will I?
The job's as good as you get. We're proud to have you.
Don't force him.
I'm not forcing him, I'm only telling him.
Well, now you've told him. And you've told him a dozen times, so now will you please insist?
But I will think about it, really.
Sure, typical Irish. He'll think about it. And while he's thinking about it, the store falls in about his head. What age are you? 24? 25? What are you waiting for? Recipe to run away to sea? Till the weather gets better?
Honey!
I'm talking straight to the kid. He's Morris boy, and I got an interest in him. The only nephew I have. Am I right or am I wrong?
No, I'm still up in Baltimore Chapel.
Where? Give him no more to drink. You're sitting in the home of S.B. O'Donnell, my deceased sister Mara Ben.
You were telling us a story about the morning they got married in Baldy Free Chapel.
Yeah, I know, but you keep busting in on me.
You were about to tell us that Agnes whispered to you.
Poor Aggie. Dead. Rose. Dead. Agnes. Lizzie. Dead. All dead and gone.
But you're Lizzie.
So what?
You're not dead.
Are you gone senile all of a sudden, for God's sake? Who says I am dead? Give him no more to drink.
You're very much alive, Elise.
Thanks, Ben. A great friend with a great intellect. I tell you, Gareth, there's only one thing wrong with Ben Burton. He's a black Baptist.
Just for the record, Gar, I'm Episcopalian.
Lutheran Baptist, what's the difference? As our apostle, father of flattery used to say, my dear brethren, let the whole cart load them, the whole Zola. Beats thee and the Pharisees and their companies. But he's still the best friend we have, and we have many good, kind friends way back in the US. Right, honey?
Right.
So when it comes to holding a candle to Ben Burton, look, comparisons are, he's not in a halfpenny place with them.
And bang on, Elise.
Am I right or am I wrong?
Honey.
And that's why I say to you, Ben, America's God's own country.
Don't ask me, I was born there.
What do you mean, don't ask me? I am asking you. Should he come out or should he not? Which is it?
It's just another place to live, Elise. Ireland, America, what's the difference?
You tell him, honey. You tell him the setup we have. We have this car that's air conditioned, and a big collection of all Irish records you've ever heard, and Christmas, and over Christmas, and a Christmas tree in the parlour, and a deep freezer,
Elise!
and a great big cherry tree. And it's so god-awful because we have no one to share it with us.
It's okay, honey, it's okay.
He's my sister's boy. He's the only boy of 5 of us girls, and I got an interest in him.
I'm getting car on the front.
And we spent a fortune on doctors, didn't we, Connie? And then I says to him, we'll go home to Ireland, I says, and we'll offer him everything we have.
No.
Everything. And maybe we could coax him, bribery, I don't know.
Keep it.
And all the love we have in us.
No.
We've a long drive back to the hotel.
That was always the kind of us Gallagher girls, wasn't it? Laughing and crying, silly and impetuous. Shooting our big mouths off. But not after you've done us. Kind of cold.
Don't, man. Don't.
Your gloves, honey. It's been a heavy day.
You tell your father, Dr. McGrath, we did not have the opportunity to make his acquaintance again after all these years.
I want to go to America, if you'll have me.
Laddie!
Sure, you think about it, son, you think about it.
No, Aunt Lizzie, as soon as I can, if you'll have me.
To us? To come to our home?
Ben's waiting, Elise.
If you'll have me.
If we'll have him, he says. He says if we'll have him. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm half shut up. Oh, Gar, my son.
Don't touch me.
My
Don't
son,
touch me
Gar.
yet. No. My God. Oh my God. September the 8th. Harvest sunshine. Not a breath of wind. And this was your mother's sister. Remember? And that's how you were, God laddie buck. Silly and impetuous like a Galahad. Regrets? None. But uncertainties?
None.
Tiny little niggling reservations?
None.
Her grammar.
Ah, shut up.
But honey, wasn't it something?
Her go to hell.
Her vulgarity.
And bugger off.
She took you up into your air conditioning cot every night. And croon, sleep well, little honey child.
Ah, shut up, shut up.
You got you kind of soft on account of the day it was. On account, she said, you were like an O'Donnell, cold like.
That's now 16 or 17 years since I seen the Queen of France.
And then when she put her arms around you, well.
The then darkness out for sight.
Oh, a little orphan boy.
Ah, shut up, shut up.
Mama.
Madge!
You don't want to go, Laddie Buck. Admit it. You don't want to go.
Where's that bloody woman? Madge! Where's my coat? I left it in the bloody room. You'd only learn to leave things where you find them. You wouldn't be such a bad old nuisance.
Don't you dare come home here drunk.
I'm going out for a quiet drink with the boys, and how I spend my nights a matter entirely for myself.
The boys, they couldn't even come here to say bye to you on your last night.
Straight to the bone.
You just mind your business and I'll mind mine.
How many of them are getting a pension now?
And another thing, if you're in bed when I get back, I want to call at 6:30.
That can be said. If you hear it, well and good. You sit there night after night, year after year reading that old paper, and not a toot in your head. If you had any decency in you at all, you'd put them out plates and what is laid in your presence. I mean it. I've that much work to do. The stores have to be swept out. A new room has to be done. And I'll be that busy for the next couple of weeks. I won't have time to lift my head. I mean it. It drives me mad, the sight of you.
Come on, we're going. Come on. Hang on.
Yeah, pull that door after you.
Well, I wonder what the fear of God of these bastards. Every time. Oh, no, yeah.
Who's the rest, then? Jimmy had barely from on board. Where's those fella?
Or he's probably opened the shop. Relax yourself, dear.
Darrell needs on the game, didn't get to play it. We'll play it too.
I'd have a hell of a forward if not the same, Ned.
Hey, Christ, they'll be on crutches by this time next week. I can't wait to get me foot planted in Ballinasloe's face.
Which is, I know, but Jimmy had barely to get to put you off very quick.
He won't say a word to me. He knows his match when he meets it.
Just what I heard somebody whispering. So you finally met it?
Aye, Madge, that's us. True to our word, huh?
Sure, they're on the way here and I ran into them.
Aye, so. Mr. Sweeney, gentlemanly as ever.
Come over here and I take some of the start show there. That's one there. And this is the bit of that to leave.
None of your smutty talk here. And if the boss comes in and finds all them black...
Sure, I'll keep them in order, Madge. You're all right.
Boys, how are you?
You were jealous because you're gone past, and that's what's wrong with Joe.
And there you go, Ned, and happy birthday to you.
Thank you. Give that water, will you?
I'm just taking the water. Here, give me that. Here you are. Don't put too much water in it now. My lads, when you're out in that pitch now tomorrow, you can think of me, because I'll be thinking of you.
Jesus, lucky bloody man, Gareth. You know, I wish I was in your shoe.
Wait, lads, who's the big blonde that's seen at Mass last Sunday?
The big redhead.
Are you bloody well there, the blonde? Shouldn't be making any sense.
I'm sure I was told him sitting over there near the box.
I see what?
Ah, that's because they're English, getting above at the hotel. But the big red one, she did McFadden's girl all right.
Annie, is Annie home?
Aye, she is, so I heard Mammy saying.
Right there, that's bloody well great. That's me fixed up for the next 2 weeks. Brandy the ever and that shift out.
Oh, just no, I wasn't there now.
Jesus said she wouldn't spit in you.
Game as they're going, Big Annie. But you want the constitution of a horse for her. Didn't I have it for the fart like she was home last year? She damn well near killed me.
Is that the big one from beyond the quarry?
Hey, you know, Gareth, the one with the squint.
Annie McFadden is no squint.
Have away and have a run and race for your son, Ned.
What do you mean?
You were never older than Annie McFadden, you're puff man.
Are you calling me a liar?
What's that bloody point?
Ah, my Jesus, Ned was there, Gareth. Manny's a type. Where did you name?
Or have it your own way.
Sure, Jesus, anyway, you probably got rid of the squint, you know, since I saw her last. A lot of the women is doing that these days, you know, getting rid of the squint. Sure, you could walk from here to Cork and you wouldn't meet a shagging woman with a squint.
I don't like fellas getting snotty with me, that's all.
Boys. They weren't always like this, eh? There was a hell of a lot of old crack, wasn't there? There was a hell of a lot of old laughing, wasn't there?
Why, Jesus, there'll be a bit of life around the place next week, take care of it. Jesus, a too-bad job, Mr. Gareth. By God, it was the Holy Fright last year, night after night, remember?
Bloody cow, the whole bloody lot.
And they talk about the Toby Greenock pieces. Stop. Jesus, talk about rat things.
The liveliest times I ever did.
And that big fat one from Dublin, the one that put you down into the dance.
She nearly killed me.
There's just a fat woman in the country. She'll go for it first thing, the lucky bugger. The lucky bugger.
Well, I'm off tomorrow morning, lads.
I saw.
Brooklyn, isn't it?
Philadelphia.
Philadelphia, sure, that's where Jimmy Cran's got to, isn't it?
Do you remember the night Jimmy and us went up to the caves with them big Dublin skivvies? The one that was working above in the lodge. Where you with? No, you went.
Was I there, Ned?
I have a mind the size of Jimmy, 5 foot nothing and scared of his shadow.
That Jimmy, he was the best boy you ever had, lads.
One of the women was Gladys and the other was...
Ah, that I remember now. Gladys and Emmy, that was it, eh?
Anyhow, the rest of us went in for a swim.
It's a bloody pen.
Wasn't there a man Jimmy left above in the cave with the 2 women? And what the hell did they do? We left the bloody town.
Oh, Jesus, I wasn't there that night.
The next thing we see is we Jimmy coming shouting across the white strand and the 2 big Dublin cows is hearing after him.
Not a bit on him.
I'm squealing at the top of his voice. Save me, boys, save me.
You'll never do it till you reach home.
You missed that night, Gareth.
Save me, boy, save
You
me.
know something? I don't think we went to bed at all.
Jesus, you may be sure we didn't need it.
Powerful.
We were all there that night, Ned. And the girls' names was Gladys and Susan. They were sitting on their rocks, dangling their feet in the water, and we were in the cave, peeping out at them. And then it was wee Jimmy who suggested that we go for a swim. So we all went down the other end of the strand and splashed around like wee schoolboys. Then back up to the cave and we're wrestling around. And then it was Tom suggested that we take the trousers off crowned. Out of sheer boredom and to prove how manly we all were. Huh? But when Ned started towards Jimmy, wee Jimmy, 5 foot nothing, remember? Wee Jimmy squared up and defied not only the brave Ned, but the whole bloody lot of us. And so we sauntered back up the town, one behind the other, and we left the women dangling their toes in the water. And that was that night.
If the ground's not too hard to do well on Sunday, lads.
Never soft. I have a couple of old scores to settle.
He won't get as good a half back as the one you're losing, though.
Tom, you know what I'm thinking? We better see about transport.
Jesus, damn it, that's an idea. Well, I can get the outfit van in the cat area enough. Can you get your outfit van?
I'll be fine tonight.
What about one big last song from Gareth before we break up, lads?
What time is it?
Just as early in the night yet.
20 past 9.
Boys, we better move. Charlie was talking about going to a dance in Ardmore.
Just, we'll all go, for God's sake. Sure, we'll have one big last night for Gareth.
Ardmore? You're bloody well mad. Should the women in that place don't know what they're meant for?
True for you, Ned. Scream your bloody head off and get a hand on them.
For sure. I'll tell you what you do. Call in home first to see Charlie. We're going up to the hotel for a dirty big booze.
Jesus, I don't like drinking in that place.
Them 2 English bits, they're up there.
Them 2, Ned. Jesus, you wouldn't have a chance
Who?
there.
Who wouldn't have a chance?
I know, Ned, but them 2 should have started stiff looking. It looks like they worked in the port office or something.
The women up in that.
I know, but I think they're very stiff looking, like the knitting lot. What do you think?
Harry, Jesus, I think we should stay here.
You can count me out, lads. I've an early start.
£10 to a shilling. I'd click with either of them.
Ha! Sure, I wouldn't be here to collect me winnings.
Come on, boys. Any takers? I never clapped eyes on them. I offer 10 notes to a bar.
And Christ, I know they look in his eyes.
You're wise bloody men. Off to the front. Any volunteers for a big booze up and a couple of
I mean,
women?
Jesus, if there's women in the language, you need.
Well, Jesus, I'm not in the farm tonight, boys.
We should, but we the two.
I open the bloody sandbags to get them in the farm.
How much money have you?
9, 2, and 6, 2, and 3. I have 3 and 5 pence here, Penny.
6 shillings and 2 pennies.
And 3 nails and 2 staples.
You have to do. Say your prayer before.
You dirty young brute. Lead away, bull. Lead away.
And it comes up all right.
Are you coming, lads?
Gareth, you know the old rule. They can't be good.
And send us a packet in playing cards. You know the one.
Aye.
And show us the dirty pictures on the back.
And if the women are as is the money out there, we might think of joining you.
Right, hold on, regardless.
Hold on. Gareth, says I'll not see you again before you
Can't you
go.
better be sure of the women first?
You ever shut up, would ya? Look it. If any of them or Yankee scuts up, they have to beat you up some dark night. There's a bloody great buckle on it. Many's a gate I scotch that buckle.
Safe enough, he got the braces on as well.
I meant to buy you something decent. The old fella, he didn't send the calves to the jobbers last Friday. And he could have, the stupid bastard. The stupid bastard of an old fella.
Thanks, Nick. Thanks very much.
Just there's nothing for you.
Look at you. Wait for a sandwich, or are we not?
You'll make out all right over there, Gareth.
The blood's up.
Right, you know something? There's one git around here, I hate that joke.
By Jesus, the blood's up, you know. When he goes out like that, the blood's up.
Oh, yeah.
Ned! Ned, wait for me!
You wait.
Sure, damn it, man, I thought your last night and all. Sure, I thought,
Alright, get the hell after them, man.
sure, you know what they'll do. They'll go up to the hotel there, they'll be standing at the gable end, kicking the heels together, and sure, Jesus, they'll do nothing.
I'm telling you, them Englishmen will be swept to their feet.
Jesus, you're raising a hand to me now.
I'm just telling you, you're missing the chance of a lifetime.
Jesus, maybe you're right. What do you think?
Go on, go on.
Maybe you're right. Jesus, maybe we could click tonight. Here, you drink that.
Well, I'll drink it all right.
Blood's up too. I'm telling you. Look, send us a postcard before when you get over there, will you?
Oh, surely, Joe, surely, aye.
Hey, Jesus, you're a lucky bloody man, Gareth. I'd love to be you.
I'm sure there's nothing stopping you from coming.
Well, the mammy planted sycamore trees last year, and she says I can't store until there's shelter in the house.
Well, you're stuck for another couple of days, so.
Aye,
Away after him, man, go on.
wait till I tell you. Tell Madge, thanks very much, and tell her the next time she invites us up for a cup of tea, we bloody well better get it.
She asked you up here.
She did, of course. So wasn't that why we were cutting around with her the whole evening? Listen, I better go, or them wet lads will have all the women taken on me. Good luck!
Bring your cap, here.
Oh, Jesus, thanks. Good luck!
Jesus' sake, Madge.
They louts. Ignorant bloody louts, the whole lot of them, man. You needn't pretend you're surprised. You've known it all along, why? You know what they do? They hang around the gable end of that hotel, taking odd furtive peep in at the English women. They won't even look up from their frigid knitting. And but for Aunt Lizzie and the grace of God, you'd be there tonight, laddiebuck. Huh? Watching the lights going down on the town, and listening to the doors being bolted, and seeing the shutters going up, and stamping your feet, not wanting the numbness to spread. Aye, but no, not for home, not going home. Hold on to the night for all that can happen. Nothing can happen. Nothing can happen now. Tom, Joe, big, thick, generous Ned. No one will ever know or understand the fun there was. But there was fun. And there was laughing. Foolish, silly fun. And foolish, silly laughing. Aye. And what it was all about, you just don't know. You just have the memory of it. And even now, at this early stage, that memory's been distilled. Distilled of all its coarseness. And soon it'll be gold. Precious gold.
Hello, Gar.
Kate!
This isn't a healthy sign drinking by yourself.
Speak up, man, speak!
What are you doing here?
I hear you're off to America in the morning.
First thing. Take a seat there.
To your aunt, isn't it?
Aye, sister and mother's.
And you're going to work in a hotel?
Jesus, you know as much about it as I do.
You know Ballybeg, small town.
Aye. I'd probably go to night school as well out there. You know, at night.
Oh, brilliant.
Hey, I'd study law, or medicine, or something like that.
Like hell.
You'll do well, Gareth, make a lot of money, and come back here in 20 years' time and buy the whole village.
Oh, very likely. Aye, that's me plans anyway. Aye. How's your father and mother?
Fine, thanks. And Mr. O'Donnell?
Oh, he's grand, he's grand. And how's Dr. King?
I hear no complaints.
Ended off in the supper side. Surely never lighted on the sword. She hardly seemed to touch him more than light vibration.
Well, I come home when I make my first million. I drive one of the big Cadillacs, smoking a big cigar, and taking the movie films, you know.
You'll do well, Gareth. And I hope life will be good to you.
I'll make sure life's good to me from now on.
Your father will miss you.
Or that's his shagging look out. You know something? If I used to spend another week in this place, I'd go off my bloody head. For this place will drive anyone crazy. Look around you, for God's sake. Will you look at Master Boyle? Will you look at my father? Look at the boys. Asylum cases, the whole shagging lot of them. Shh. You know, if someone came along to me tonight and said, Ballybeg is yours, lock, stock and barrel, it wouldn't make that much difference to me. If you're not shagging happy and content in a place, you're just not happy and content in a place. It's as simple as that. Oh, I've stuck around this hole for far too long. And I'm telling you, it's a bloody dump. A backwater, a dead end. And everyone in it goes crazy sooner or later. Everyone.
Man.
Oh, there's nothing about Ballybeg I don't know already. I hate the place. And every stone and every rock and every piece of heather around it. I hate it. And the sooner that plane whips me away with jizz, the better I like it.
That's enough.
It's not as bad as all that, Gareth.
What else would you say? Aren't you stuck here? And you bloody die here!
Oh, man.
But I'm not stuck. I'm free. Free as the bloody wind!
All I meant was...
Answerable to no one. And all this shagging talk about a father and son. And all that sentimental rubbish about homeland and birthplace. Yap! Shagging yap the whole lot of it! Impermanence! That's what I'm looking for. A vast, restless place that doesn't give a damn about the past. What the hell with Ballybeg? That's what I say!
Man!
I better be going. Francis will be one of us keeping him.
Or tell him I was asking for him.
Goodbye, Gareth.
Enjoy yourself, Kate. And if you can't be good, you know, oh, be sure to call the first one after me.
Kate. Sweet Kathy Dugan. My darling Kathy Dugan. Snap, boy, snap. Come on. It isn't 16 or 17 years since I saw the Queen of France down the Dublin. Oh, man, those thoughts are sinful. And beautiful Kitty, one morning was gone with the children. Love the days and we'll go now, right away and tell them. Mommy and Daddy, they're at home tonight. It's up to you, Gar. It's entirely up to you. But you couldn't salt them fish. And they're going to call this one Madge. At least so she says. Just a few poems to remind your old teacher. Remember, Gar, be 100% American. Packet of cigarettes and a pot of jam. Our daughters will be frail and silly like you. I'll never wait till Christmas. I'll burst. I bloody well burst. Goodbye, Gar. It isn't as bad as all that. Goodbye, Gar. It isn't as bad as all that. Goodbye, Gar. It isn't as bad as all that. Goodbye, Gar. It isn't as bad.
You all say something. Can't you say something, Banner?
Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus.
Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners, now and at the hour of our death.
Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus.
Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners, now and at the hour of our death. Amen.
Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed
Oh,
art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus.
it's time to another night, laddie buck, huh? You'll be saying the rosary all by yourself.
Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with
And
thee.
that's
Blessed art thou
Uncle
among
Con and
women,
Aunt Lizzie said.
blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus.
Holy
Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners. Oh, no, not this time. It's only 4:30 in Philadelphia now. When it's 9:30 there, it'll be the wee hours of the morning, and oh, Screwballs will be all snuggled up in his wee cot. Right, honey? Aye. And you'll be heading down 86th on 2nd at the junction of 74th on 3rd with a big blonde nuzzling up into you, man. You want to watch yourself out there, boy? Those Yankee women are dynamite. Aye. But you'll never marry. No. Fated to be alone. A man without intimates. Something of an enigma. Who is he? Where did he come from? Where does he go to? Who is he? He is the bachelor. Aye. But there are compensations in being a bachelor. You'll grow old slowly and graciously, and then when you're fairly old, about 43 or so, you'll meet a grand wee girl of 19. Karen. No, Tamara. Tamara. Granddaughter of an exiled Russian prince, and you'll fall passionately in love with her. And this day, you'll invite her up to your penthouse, and you'll be there with your deep blue velvet jacket. And the candles will play fairy lights in her hair, and you'll go, Tamara. And she'll incline her head up into you, and she'll look into your eyes, and all of a sudden, that great happiness will occur. She'll incline her.
You're dead.
Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven.
Hail Mary, full of grace, Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou amongst women, blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus.
Aye, screwballs, huh? When you're in your wee cot, do you ever dream, huh? Do you ever dream of 3 days in Bundoran? Aye. Or a rainy morning in Ballyfree Chapel? Huh? You ever dream of the wee girl from beyond the mountains who used to have to cry herself to sleep, man? Have I been unfair to you? Maybe behind that flat face and those dead eyes, you do have precious memories of the past. Do you remember it? Oh, it was some 15 years ago now. I haven't got all the details, but some are as vivid as can be. It was an afternoon in May, and the boat was blue, and the paint was peeling, and I can still see the empty cigarette packet floating between two trout at the bottom of the boat. And you'd given me your hat and your jacket, for there'd been a shower of rain. And at that time, there was a great happiness, an act of bubbling joy, and you must have known it yourself. You must have felt it, for between us there was that moment. Young and all as I was, I knew this was precious. And I remember, you must have been happy too, for I remember snuggling down into your jacket. I can still feel your hand on the ears. You must have been happy too, for you just began to sing. All around me hot, I wear a green collared ribbon now, and all around me hat, for 3 months and a day. And if anybody asks me the reason why I'm wearing it, it's all for me true love, who's far, far away.
Will you take your supper now?
Any time suits you.
I want to go send Mark in the Pears. Supper.
Yes, please, Madge, yes.
I suppose Sten can sleep now.
What time do you get it?
9:45.
That anyhow.
Time. He might remember.
It's getting dark already. Before long we'll be burning light before closing time.
Whatever happened to that old boat up on Loughnaclocher?
What's that?
An old blue boat that used to be up on Loughnaclocher.
A boat, eh?
Aye.
Oh, the cannon.
Bugger. A cannon.
Oh, you're a terrible woman, lad.
Oh, the cannon.
That Madge.
Of a night cannon.
She says, wait till the rosary's over and the kettle's on.
She's a sharp one, Madge.
And she says, wait till the rosary's over and the kettle's on.
Pay no heed to Madge cannon.
And how's the O'Donnell family this evening?
And how was the O'Donnell family tonight?
Living away as usual. Not a thing happening.
You liar!
Well, just so now, just so.
Will we have a game now, or will we wait till the supper comes in?
We may as well come in, Sean. I see no reason why we shouldn't come in.
Oh, whatever you say, Cannon. Whatever you say.
She says, wait till the rosary's over and the kettle's on.
She's a sharp one, Madge.
It's getting near your time, Gareth.
Tomorrow morning, Cannon, aye.
Here we are.
Tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning. How will my time pass?
Black or white, Cannon?
Black for the crows and white for the swans.
Black for the crows now and white for the swans.
Sure, have a shot at the black tonight.
Maybe I will then.
Can't take the money off you every night.
Can't take the trousers off you every night.
Gotta make a burn.
You had a great streak of luck last night. I grant you that.
Do you know what?
What's that, Cannon?
You'll have rain before morning.
We could do without the rain then.
It's in the bones. The leg is giving me the old jab.
We get our fill of it.
Before the morning.
There's no want of rain.
Best barometer I know.
As if we don't get enough of it.
Before the morning. The lake is never wrong.
Stop press news flash! We have a confident prediction from Canon Mick O'Byrne at Ballybeg, Ireland. You'll have rain before the morning. We'll keep you posted.
She says, wait till the rosary's over and the kettle's on.
She's a sharp one, Madge. Usual stakes, Cannon.
Oh, I see no reason to alter them, Sean.
And what about putting them up? Just for the first game.
Oh, tin into the wedge now, as the bishop would say. The way I see it now, a halfpenny now will neither make nor break us.
So you've begun already?
Shh.
You'd love to throw it around them.
Oh, it's cold and hot.
And raise blisters on the road ball, please. What you give me?
Why don't you take her over and see the new baby?
I have more on my mind than that.
Come on, head. You won't start swapping the dirty stories, do you, Gareth?
Did you last night would have you to torment us?
Go on, Henry, be wondering why you didn't show up.
What do you think?
Go on, go on.
I so. Them shirts aren't right here now.
Aye, aye. Madge!
Don't, man. Don't!
What's it?
Why did my mother marry him instead of Master Boy?
What?
She went over to both of them, didn't she?
She married the better man by far.
Aye, but she went over by first, didn't she?
I told you before, she went for a dozen of them. That was the kind of her.
Aye, is that what started Boyle at the drink?
If it was more fool he. And any more knows about what you want to do, ask the boss. But you're not going to pump me.
What the hell did you have to ask that for, man? Come on, man, out! Get up and out there. We'll have no showdowns tonight. You want to watch that you don't get overexcited watching these two daredevils dicing with death. Into your shelter, man, and brood, brood, brood. No, guys, I'm not going. I'm just going in to check it out with my Chinese mistress. Cannon battling tooth and nail to retain every halfpenny, and Screwball's battling equally hard to retain his trousers. County Councillor versus Cannon. Screwballs versus cannonballs. Hi, kids. Having fun, kids. Tell me this, guys. Will you miss me? You will. Oh, that's nice to know. Close your eyes there and think of all the wonderful times we had together. Huh? Aye. Now, what can we chat about, lads, huh? Women? Oh, screwballs, no. You couldn't talk about women in front of you know who. How about yourself, Ken? Money. Money. Sure, what interest would you have in money? Huh? Provided you get the Tenerife for 5 weeks every winter, what the hell interest have you got in money? No, I can see I'm wasting my time with you, all right, Ken. Screwballs here is different. There's a warm affinity between Screwballs and me that no man could understand. Well, except yourself, Cannon. Aye, oh. For you're warm and soft and gentle and sympathetic. Aye, all things to all men. Only you, Cannon, could translate this loneliness, this dreaded bloody buffoonery into Christian terms and make it all so palatable for us all. Aye. But why don't you speak then? Isn't it your job to translate, Cannon? Why don't you speak up, aye? Why arid Cannon? Prudence. Prudence, arid Cannon. Prudence be damned. Christianity isn't prudent. It's bloody insane. Oh, maybe you're just having a bad night there, Cannon. A pound to a shilling to make you laugh. Screwballs, screwballs, give me your answer too. For I'm half crazy over the likes of you. I'm off to Philadelphia, leave you on the shelfie, and you look sweet. That's a pound, you owe me, man. How about yourself? Cannon? She gives us a wee song. Maybe an old Gregorian Camalia, or a blast out of an old aria. I had you cornered. I know that one. I know it. Hold on. It's coming. I had you cornered that night in Philadelphia. That night you said you loved me. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, be upstanding for Canon Mick O'Byrne and the Ballybeg buggers with I had you cornered. That old acquaintance we forgot and never got to find. That old acquaintance we forgot how to say Yeehaw! Mendelssohn! That's the bugger. I'll tear the guts out of you, man. Come on. Old fella. Old fella, razzing up the bow there, man, and spit in the hands and give us a blast of old Mendelssohn. Go on. Listen. 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 In know what the music says, man, don't you? Huh? You know what the music says? It says, one afternoon, on a sherry afternoon in May, a father and a son went fishing together. And on that afternoon, a great happiness occurred. A happiness that has haunted the wee boy ever since. For he wonders, did it really happen? Or did he just imagine it? Each of us is all the other has. And why is it we can't even look at one another? Have pity on us. Have pity on every bloody man, jack of us. And to hell with all strong, silent men.
What's that noise?
What's that, Kenny?
A noise of some sort.
What is there? I don't hear.
Wait.
Is it?
It's music.
Music?
Aye, music.
That'll be Gareth. Oh, playing them records off his.
Thought I heard something.
All he has is just sitting there playing them records all day.
Should make them happy.
Terrible man for the records.
Just so now, it's getting near his time.
Aye, tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning. Powerful the way time passes too.
She says, wait till the rosary's over and the kettle's on.
She's a sharp one, Madge.
Well, there's hope for you yet.
I don't know, is there?
Oh, no, I wouldn't give in yet.
Maybe. Maybe.
No, I wouldn't say die now. No, 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 I wouldn't say die.
What's that, man? Well, Madge. Looking to see is the door bolted. You'll not sleep again tonight, laddo.
Bugger.
This is the last time you'll sit in that bed. This is the last time you'll look at that pattern. It's the last time you'll listen to the silence of Ballybeg, and the last time you'll...
Shut up!
Come on, man. Get up and get a few anything for yourself there. Come on. Just say to Screwballs, send a bill to the USA, okay? Come on, get a clatter of pills for yourself, man. Oh, Lady Godiva!
This where you are?
I wasn't sleeping. What is you?
I wasn't sleeping either. I get some pills inside.
It's hard to sleep sometimes.
Aye, it is sometimes.
There's tea in the pot.
Aye.
If it's a headache you have.
I sure is supposed to make me no worse on her.
Oh, now's your chance, laddie. The wee hours of the morning. Put your head on his shoulder and say, how's me wee darling, daddy?
Will you take some?
Sure, you know I never take a second cup.
Plain hard to get. Huh? Come on, man, you gotta say something. Take the bull by the horns. Say, Screwballs with a body like that, it's a wonder you never made it to Hollywood. Say it is now 16 or 17 years. Say something.
You've been needing a new tyre for the van.
What one's that?
The back left one I told you about. It's done.
Aye, right.
What else?
And don't forget about the fencing post from Maguire's on Wednesday.
Fencing post?
Aye, 12 dozen. And the Middle will take them up. I spoke to Patsy about it.
Aye.
Keep her going. Keep her going.
If you're looking for the pliers, it's in the tea chest under the counter.
Which tea chest?
And the one near the window.
Aye.
Go on, man. It's the silence. Silence is the enemy.
You'll be needing more plug tobacco. The traveller will be in this week.
More plug?
Aye, it's finished. The lash went up to Corden's wake.
Aye, right.
You'll be needing a new clasp on the lower window. The tinkers are round again.
Aye.
They're in today at dinner time. I got some cans of them.
I thought I noticed something shining from the ceiling.
It was the cans then, aye. That's what it was.
Aye.
I got 6 of them.
They'll not go to loss.
They wanted me to take a dozen, but I said 6 of those.
6 is plenty.
Aye. They've all got cokers and ranges and things now.
What's that?
I said they don't buy as many of them now. The old open fires are nearly a thing of the past.
That's all them cokers and ranges and things they have these days.
Aye, that's why I wouldn't take the dozen.
Yeah, you were right, Tom. Although I remember the time when I used to go through a couple of dozen a week.
Aye.
Aye. All cans it was then. Maybe it's a kettle of turf cutting, or if there'd be a yank coming home.
Aye. I'll go in and get a lot of them pills and see if I get a few hours sleep.
You'll be getting the mail Manchester van in the morning.
Aye, 6:45.
I was listening to the weather forecast. Moderate westerly winds and occasional showers, it said.
Aye.
And I was meaning to tell you that you should sit at the back.
Aye.
You know, in case of an accident or anything like. Not often if you get into one of them planes.
The longest way round's the shortest way home.
So he was saying, like, not that I would know or anything like.
I suppose that's true enough. Aye.
Go on, try him. He might remember. What if he does, laddie? Try him.
Do you know what kept coming into my mind today?
Oh, what's that?
The old fishing we used to on Loch na Clocher.
Loch na Clocher. Aye.
We'd have thrown her every Sunday during the season.
That's not the day nor yesterday.
Do you remember an old blue boat they used to be up on?
Many the fish we took off that same lake.
Do you remember the blue boat?
A boat, yeah?
I don't know who owned it now. It was an old blue thing and the paint was peeling on it.
Well, I remember a brown one that the doctor brought up from somewhere.
No, it didn't matter who owned it. It didn't even matter if it was blue. But do you remember one afternoon in May? We were up there, just the two of us. And it must have rained because you gave me your coat and your hat.
Aye.
And, like, it wasn't that we were chatting or anything, but suddenly you started singing all around me hat. I wear a green coloured ribbon.
Me?
Aye, for no reason at all. Just that we were, well, that you were happy. Do you remember it? Do you remember it?
Just nodding, I don't.
There.
All around me hat, I wear a green coloured ribbon. That was never one of my songs.
No, you know, man, it never happened.
Was it?
Could have been, it doesn't matter.
All around me hat. That was never one of mine. What does it go like?
I haven't a clue. Couldn't tell you.
And you said the boat was blue?
It doesn't matter, forget it.
Well, I remember a brown one that the doctor brought up somewhere. And then there was a wee flat bottom. Was it green or was it blue? Maybe it was a punch you were thinking about.
Why show up?
Me? I took medicine for the cramps. Wouldn't let me shave. I thought you were in bed.
I was over at Nelly's. The place was upside down.
There's nothing wrong, is there?
Not a thing.
Baby is fine and healthy.
Grand. We're going to call it Bridget.
Bridget. Patrick. Call him Kill. Aye. Madge. I manage rightly, yeah?
Fine.
I can give on a cherry banner by you to do the bands on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And I manage right, yeah?
Surely you will. This place is cold. Away off to bed with you.
It's not like in the old days when the whole countryside did with me. I needed the help then. But I can manage by myself now, yeah?
Surely you will.
Do you remember the trouble we had keeping them at school just after he turned 10? Do you remember? Nothing would do him but to get behind the counter and he had this wee sailor suit on him.
A sailor suit? He never had a sailor suit.
Ah, he had, Madge. Ah, Madge, he had. Sure, I can see him now with his shoulders back and his wee head up straight. And his mouth. Ah, man, his mouth. A sentence as he this morning, and I can hear him saying it. I'm not going to school. I'm going into me daddy's business. You know, all important, like. Remember, you tried to coax him to go to school, and not a bunch could you get out of him. And at the heat of the hunt, I had to go with him myself, the two of us. Hand in hand, Madge, as happy as larks we were that happy, and him dancing and chatting away beside me. Ah, remember, you couldn't get a word in edgeways with all the dancing and chatting he used to go through. Maybe it's because I could have been his grandfather, eh?
I don't know.
I was too old for her, Madge. I was too old for her.
I don't know. We're a new race, a new world.
In his wee sailor suit and all the dancing and chatting he used to go through. I don't know either.
Tomorrow will be soon. His heart will break tomorrow, and the week after, and the week after that maybe. Bridget, aye, it's all right. Bridget, Biddy and her, like imagine on her. That's two old fashions. Has he his cap? Aye, he has, and an apple too if you don't mind for all his grief. That Lizzie won't take good care of him. As you can take time off and blather, Gareth in front and back. And TV in the House of Lords, if you don't mind. I'll believe them things when I see them. In Edinburgh. That'll get him a cup of tea in the plane. I put them £2 by me to get my feet done during the fair day. But from what I hear, there are no big dances coming up between now and then. So I think that's everything. When the boss was the age he is now, he was the very same as him, lepping and eating about, as like two peas. And when he's the age the boss is now, he'll be the very same. And although I won't be there to see it, you've learned it, he's learned nothing in between times. That's people for you. They put you straight in the head if you talk long enough about them.
You down too? Turn into a nightclub, this place.
I'm only getting back.
Well, how's the new Madge?
Grand. We were the boss chatting there.
When is the christening?
Sunday after last Mass.
Madge Mulhern, you must be proud.
I'm just very tired, son.
Are you sure there's nothing wrong, Madge?
What do you think?
She'd tell you, man. Who else has she?
Did you tell her I'm getting her an elephant on my first wage?
Aye. The dishes are washed.
Aye, there.
And the chairs are up.
Aye, they're up.
That's it then.
Madge, you'd let me know if you got sick or anything.
Of course I would. Who else would there be?
Just in case. Not that it's likely. Sure, he'd probably outlived the lot of us.
I'll give you a call at 6:30.
Good night, Madge.
Good night yourself.
Sleep well.
Good night.
Watch her carefully. Every movement, every gesture, every little peculiarity. Keep the cameras whirring, for this is a film you'll run over and over again. Madge, going to bed on my last night at home. Madge! Why do you have to go? Why? Why? Don't know. I just don't know.
behalf of the cast, as the director of the play, I'd like to say thank you very much for coming here tonight. But before we leave tonight, I'd like to ask you to put your hands together for people you do not see during the play, our backstage people. And just one more thing, seeing that Ned was leading the group, it's his birthday today, so perhaps we would say... Happy birthday to you! Happy birthday to you! Happy birthday, dear Ned! Happy birthday to you! And just one more hand, please, whilst the cast file off the stage. Thank you very much, cast.